win like 95% of the time based on those
They're
odds.
too inconsistent.
Yeah. Do I think that they have a 95% chance to win this? In fact, I do. So,
Wow. Is that based off of this draft?
I think it's a combination of it's based off the draft and it's also based off how I've seen. I don't know, man. I don't want to call anybody out, but it really feels a little bit like Business Associates is. How do I say it? Like they're just kind of going through the motions.
Yeah.
You can tell usually when a team is going through the motions, I feel. But, you know, they could prove me wrong. I would love to be proven wrong. And then, you know, somebody calls me an asshole. I would never hate that. I want to see close competitive games if I can.
I mean, we were specifically talking about how Moo did not have any mangoes or anything against the
no
Invoker
stick.
EMP. They did a very good job of killing him with the EMP like 3 different times. But you still got to, like, play for it, right?
All right, so I'm glad that Ryoya is doing this because it confirms to me that this matchup is unplayable.
Okay.
I think I mentioned it yesterday that I thought that this was like really, really, really hard.
Look at that. He's trying to sneak it past the tower without anything getting hit. Sadly, though, Ryoya, well, at least none of the creeps died to the tower.
Yeah.
That is the good thing.
This matchup is really, really difficult for Ember versus Morph.
Okay, so you seem to favor the EG draft.
But I think this
you like that
mid-matchup's
mid
really rough.
matchup. So is
Yeah.
that where the silver lining comes in for Business Associates?
100%.
Is that how they win this game?
Yeah, but Nine's gonna have a rough time. I could see Ryoya go for the build on Embers that I really like lately, which is the Spirit Vessel. I think that's a pretty good build
Yeah.
to go versus Morph, and it's good against like I don't know. It's good against a lot of their heroes. It's just like extra free damage.
I'm sure it's not the worst
Oh man,
item for
Nine
a DK,
actually just got outplayed
but
there. He
What
dodged
happened?
the waveform.
Oh, nice. I was watching top lane where another arrow came out from Crit, and boy, he's good at landing those. Once again, he has a combination, this time with the Dragon Tail from Bulba's DK.
Did he stun first?
He did stun first.
Okay, then that's not that. Come on, man. It's only really cool if he hits it blind.
Yeah, but he hit the blind one earlier on Moo's Wraith King. So
That's true.
this guy's pretty good at landing those arrows.
This guy's good.
This is way better than any Mirana I've run into in NA.
If I see Mirana 4 or 5 on my team, I call grief.
Yeah, I'm just like, well, I lost. I know that guy's going to hit some creeps and miss some arrows.
Yeah, and we continue to see Arteezy just help out Fly. Make your 5's life easier. Push out the lane and just hit. As Moo is copying a ton of harass.
Do you remember the Quincy crew game 2 and how they managed to take down the Arteezy TB? I
What
can
their
give you
lineup
some of the
was?
heroes. They had Slark, Storm Spirit, Void Spirit,
They had Slark, Storm Spirit, Void Spirit.
Grimstroke, Rubik. It was
Rubik.
that lineup.
If I recall, mid had a pretty favorable matchup, right? It was Storm versus.
Kunkka or Windranger?
It was Kunkka.
Okay.
And then it was when Crit was playing 4 Windranger. I mean, their lineup actually had like nothing. They had no way to team fight ever with the lineup that they had.
Yeah.
And Storm, if I recall in that game, went absolutely off.
I'm not a fan of either one of the Archer 4s. I'm not a big fan of Mirana 4, but I definitely don't like Windranger 4.
Windranger 4 is like an abomination.
Isn't that just objectively worse than Mirana 4 in like 9 out of 10 scenarios?
Yeah. Okay, I will say, in one sense, you can actually push out lanes better.
Okay.
Think about it, right? Your Mirana 4, you're not like a mana regen hero. You're not an int hero. You're an agi hero. So
Yeah.
you don't have a good way to mana regen. And Windranger, she has a level 10 talent that gives her mana regen. So you can't forget about things like that.
And you can clear the waves from a distance, which is a
Yeah,
huge
it's a lot
advantage
better.
for defending towers.
Because you can snipe the range creep really easily.
Right. Okay.
And you can pull the wave, whereas Mirana can't do that. And I think later game, I actually prefer Windranger's escapability over Mirana's.
Fly in some trouble. Moves, rolls it nicely. Once again, though, Arteezy is going to join Fly and try and help out his support. Now, he's trying to get a counter kill here. He couldn't actually save Fly's life. Brax will live, though. That Shadow Poison of 3 stacks isn't enough. Maybe if it was 5, it would have gotten the kill. But a roll away from Moose, he's going to be fine as well. So that's a Metamorphosis popped by Arteezy, and he's not even underneath the creep wave. I'm pretty sure Business Associates is really happy with that exchange.
Oh yeah, 100%. And this Weaver's still doing fine. They're actually winning 2 out of their 3 lanes right now. This top lane, Bulba's doing okay-ish, but Weaver's getting free farmed. And we'd already talked about the complexities of this mid matchup being nigh impossible. I can tell if 9 is on like 120 ping and he's still winning this matchup,
Yeah.
that this matchup is very favored. Like, he was struggling in that Lush game, it looked like. Understandable.
Yeah, yeah.
But in this game, he's dominating. So
Bro,
this
yeah.
will fuel every single understanding I have of this matchup from now on. I will always say that this matchup is one-sided.
Roya goes for the enemy bounty rune, so Business Associates are only going to be limited to the 2 bounties.
Oh no, Ryoya, he missed like
otherwise.
the majority of the wave.
Yeah, this is really unfortunate. That would have gotten him quite close to level 6, and then the game changes for him. But he's gonna have to. Well, it changes in the fact that can't he go roam around and like leave the Mirana or Shadow Demon?
I think
mid lane?
I think you're still basing your ganks on. Oh,
Flame Guard's gonna help keep him alive. The double shackles up
Yeah.
on 9 and Moose.
he got much lower than I expected, by the way.
Yeah. That one hit from the Morphling did so much damage. Moose. He's going to be... Oh, if Crit had managed to get in front of Moose there, he would have probably gotten the kill on
Crit's
the
gotta
Earth
be
Spirit.
careful. He only has 1 leap charge, although Morph is out of mana. Could pop the mango in the stick.
6-minute rune. Who's going to be able to get it? Invis for 9. Even if he didn't have a bottle, he still wants to make sure that the Mirana can't get it.
They were trying to do the combo on him. The
Oh,
SD
yeah.
arrow. Then if you're out of mana, maybe you guys can get the kill. But unfortunately, EG, you will not. Much better laning phase start, though, for Business Associates this time around.
Yes.
They actually get a kill bottom. Last time, at this point, it was like 5-1 already.
So I imagine lanes is a big part. Where I was leading to earlier is how do you stop Terraplane? What do you need to do to beat it? Because it seems like Arteezy's not going to quit. Oh,
arrow
they got the
combo.
disruption. Will they have the arrow? That is
Way too
well-timed,
late.
but not perfect. And Weaver is a fast little critter with that Shikuchi. He managed to get away. Now he's going to turn with the Swarm on the Fly. Fly's trying to get the bug off of him, but he's taking already so much damage that as the bug dies, so too does he. Mood's going to be able to get out with those 3 charges of Shadow Poison. Oh, unless the Dragon Tail into the arrow stun with the Shadow Poison popping on him could be enough, but it's not. Unfortunately, Fly isn't that high a level, and Moo will full heal up with the healing salve and get some mana from his Keeper of the Light.
What was really important about that last attempt is Moo does have raindrops.
Yeah,
Raindrops good.
that very good. And
Even if he had gotten arrowed at that section top, I don't think he would have died.
and that's one of those rotations where you are trying to make it before he gets level 6.
Yes.
Right? It's that critical, like, guys, he's going to hit 6 soon. Let's kill him
Arteezy's
once.
dead.
Try and ruin him his game. Arteezy, unless he can somehow juke
is
in the
so
tree, he's
dead.
not going to juke out in the trees, is he? He's going to sprout reveal, okay, but the trees are
gotta
still
be
running
dead,
after
right?
him. He's going to cut down a tree. Moose
Nice,
nails
nice.
him. Good work, Moose. Gets the kill. I just don't want to see this Arteezy Terrorblade keep winning or keep at least like succeeding in lane like he is. There's got to be a way to punish it.
You gotta stop this man.
Yeah, you got to stop this man's. He's out of control. Crit tries to throw the arrow. Moo does manage to definitely dodge it. Crit still has one more leap charge, though. Moo's going to force it out of him here. Crit gets the high ground and TP's out. Moo will check to see if he is TPing, and he should realize
No greed there.
very soon that he has indeed done that.
Still 90 gold forced, I guess, if you want to think about it that way.
Tranquil Boots for the Earth Spirit.
And they're going to swap lanes. But they might just kill Arteezy again.
Oh, nice.
See ya.
Big gank from Business Associates. They are
done.
really turning this game around. I'm glad to see because, you know, an 18-minute GG, man, I could see that team being really tilted. It's nice to see that they have come up with a good comeback plan.
Maybe.
No, don't leave. Don't leave. Grab the. Oh, now the shuffle. It's stolen away by Crit.
That is the best tier 1 item in the game.
The best tier 1 item
and
is
you
stolen.
just gave it away for free. Why?
And your TP got canceled by the arrow, too.
No. Okay, but here's the cool part, is that Business Associates are proving me wrong. I said it looks like they're phoning it in. This game, they are battling back. I mean, I just kind of love seeing the big boys lose sometimes, if
Yeah,
I'm honest. Like, nothing really.
I'm with it.
It's like seeing Secret lose. You know, you don't get to see it often, if at all. Honestly, you can see it like once every year, but
Yeah, once a
uh,
TI.
but other than that, like, it's just like it's for me anyways. I really love the underdog, and Business Associates is decidedly the underdog.
Yeah,
here.
they've really made themselves the underdog for the last 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, that's
Bulba doing some chip damage here with the Dragon Knight ultimate being used. What do you think about DK off lane, by the way?
I hate it.
Why?
Because his stun is not amazing. All right, so here's the problem with DK is that his skills do not scale like insanely well. What
Okay.
it really is he needs farm to make his skills good. Like for example, his dragon form, like it's really good when you have attack speed and you have like damage and items, right?
Sure.
And his stun combination only works really well once you have like the DPS to put out after it.
Yeah.
But realistically, you don't want this guy to just like farm and hit creeps, right? But he does need a set amount of farm to be really useful. But you're gonna make this guy go like Blink Dagger first item, and then I don't know where he gets space on the map because he has an Ember Spirit and a TB, both of which are very good at pushing out the lanes, which is what DK wants to do.
I'll give you another example. Regen, right? Regen, naturally, it's really good if you could survive through the burst.
Yeah.
But a DK3 may not be able to do that. Moves, he's going to be caught by the smoke gank disruption into air this time. It is perfect.
I just think that the hero does not scale excellently, and he is going for Spirit Vessel, by the way, on Ember. And the fact that he doesn't scale excellently without items, whereas, for example, Centaur, there's a natural item progression for him to go for.
That is a nice sprout. Blocks him
Oh,
in.
Arteezy's
And now,
dead.
with the Will-O-Wisp, 9 is going to be able to get some good hit time onto him. Wait for it. And a good Wrath of Nature. They timed that quite well. All that burst damage came in at once. No chance to be able to sunder. Now Bulba's going to be caught by the Sprout. Eats a tree away. And gets back to the safety of his Tier 1 tower. Business Associates, though, feeling themselves, taking down the carry of EG. Want to try and put some pressure on this mid tower, but it's going to result in a team fight. As Royo with the DD is willing to fight back, but Morphling is now turned into that Ember Spirit, and that is so dangerous. A flame-guarded Morphling who has the freedom to play aggressively.
We saw that yesterday when 4DR.
Oh, yeah. That was...
But Bulba playing...
I believe you said unplayable?
Yeah, Bulba playing the DK. All right, so Timbersaw and DK actually have one broken mechanic, and that's their armor abilities. But those armor abilities they don't continue to scale in the game. Because if you think about it, you max them out so early, right? And they're very good at the point that they're maxed out, if you think in that way.
And every minute afterwards, people are getting
it just
more
gets
damage.
progressively worse, yes.
Sure.
And then you'll pick up items like Spirit Vessels of your own, or Silver Edges or something like that. And all of a sudden, like, what gave you this, like, OP advantage in the early game, it's not like an armor ability or something that scales. It's not like for every strength point you will continue to get.
Disruption, arrow combination, but a nice blinding light. That's going to be able to push a bunch of heroes back. And 9 will now wake up, start morphing into strength, and waveform forward. He's already killed Bulba. Moo will deal with crit, 2 dead. And maybe this time around, Business Associates have killed enough to be able to put more pressure on that mid tower,
Yeah,
maybe even enough to take it. Arteezy, he's going to come in, though. The chain's on Moo. He's able to Shikuchi away. Roya doesn't have the...
just hit the tower, friends.
The chain's leveled up very much. The Metamorphosis TB is going to try and push them back, and Business Associates will respond in kind. They will have to retreat once again. EG, standard EG, man, all in on defending the mid tower.
I think the mistake that Business Associates made there was they were trying to go for too many things at once. They were trying to
look
go
for
the
like, extra.
Yeah, go for the kills on the side. But I think if they just hit the tower together, maybe they can stand strong. And I think this is probably a Bulba call. He's telling his team like they need to take mid, and he would be correct. But if he dies here,
Bulba may just be
be
giving up
pretty
his life
massive.
to be able to get that tower, and it's actually denied by Brax. The Will-O-Wisp, perfectly timed, catching 3 heroes and disruption onto the DK. He's going to wake back up. Oh, but the blinding light pushes him into the Will-O-Wisp.
And
I
moves
thought
down
maybe
here.
he could have
Perfect
gotten
angle.
out. This just means so much damage is going to rain in. He's dead. He dies for the tower, but he didn't even get the bounty. Half of it went to the Dire side thanks to the deny from Brax.
and now they're here in force. Hit the tower together. They're
Hit
going to
it
do exactly
together.
that.
no
don't-
distractions.
Yeah, you don't need anything else.
Oh, that's a distraction. No follow-up, though.
Okay. Yeah, he's fine. He's good. He's good. It's going to instantly start morphing to strength anyways. But yeah, they're doing a very good job right now of taking the correct fights. Their lineup, I mean, apparently the Morph Ember matchup is just that unplayable, where he's had quite a hard time. But I think the bigger problem for them is, again, this offlane DK, it's cute because what they were trying to do is bait a pick, but it didn't really do that because their first pick. So they had to pick their mid hero first anyways. Maybe they thought the combo was just broken. Like the amount of damage they can put out. Yeah. But DK is very different from Centaur.
Yes. Yes, it is. You're going to be getting maxed out Dragon Blood, whereas Centaur, he has, even with low levels of it, Stomp and Double Edge do way more than Breathe Fire can.
Yeah, and that's something people forget. I can't stress this enough. I really don't think DK as an offlane hero is that good because you need items to make this hero very good.
And as it is, they are trying to use the DK, like trying to use that Timber Saw advantage to go around, take towers and stuff, but they're not doing so successfully enough because they are not up in towers at all. Crit. He's going to be rolled on here right as Moo shows himself. They nail him. They does manage to get one leap off, but it's not nearly enough to survive. Moo hits pretty hard right now. Double Wraithband treads as well as the Maelstrom.
Good farm all around. I like the items that they're picking up too. And you saw, by the way, Bulba with 4 levels of Dragon's Blood that one time in mid, he just dies instantly. Things kill him. And that tells me one very big and telling thing is that like he's not going to be a factor in this game.
Yeah.
So a lot of this is now going to come down to can RTZ effectively play 1v4, 1v5? Because I don't know how effective the rest of his heroes are going to be at this point.
You don't think Ember Spirit can scale with him?
I think Ember Spirit will actually be the person that can probably help him the most, which is why I said like 1v4. Ember can 1v1.
Okay. Brax, it's going to be caught by the Moonlight Shadow gank here.
Just look at that pitiful damage that Bobo puts out. It's not like, it sounds like I'm harping on him, but I'm more harping on like the limitations of the hero as an offlaner and why you typically don't see it as an offlaner. Because theoretically, you could say like, oh, he's very Timber Saw-esque, you know, he's got a lot of armor, HP regen, but he comes with his own stun.
Now, if you wanted to harp on the player, you'd say it's still more damage than his Magnus. But
oh, yikes. But remember, Timber has actually like some abilities that scale. For example,
like pure damage, percentage
pure
base
damage,
and stuff.
Percentage base on his Whirling Death, for example.
Yeah, cutting an attribute down a size is in a way kind of percentage.
He, in that regard, like continues to get bigger.
Yeah.
Even though he doesn't really come with a stun in the same way. But he always puts out damage, Timber.
Yeah. And he has an Aghanim Scepter to be able to scale that up more. DK's damage scales with you getting damage items and being a right clicker. I can see what you're saying.
I'm probably just hammering in that point too much. But I find it interesting like why certain heroes can't work in certain ways.
Yeah.
Most things can work in most ways, but I'm trying to like really dissect why this particular situation really wouldn't work out.
I really feel like I'm talking to the Liquid coach right now.
Oh.
I feel like that part. Because aren't you in some way evaluating this and being like,
oh, for sure. Like,
would Liquid want to run this? Boxy,
nice
you want to hit this up?
Yeah, so I'm trying to see like if there's, if I'm honest, it's good research too, right? Like if is it really just bad for, you know, being bad sake, or is there like some...
And there is a point to it, right? But the point is to be able to get an early advantage via taking towers.
Yeah.
And EG has not managed to do that.
I just feel like right now they have damage issues because Shadow Demon needs levels to really deal damage too.
Oop.
As Ryoyo is going to go down to bottom, it looks like.
Just... does he have his Ethereal Blade yet on Morphling?
He's got to be...
Yeah,
he's got it.
He just got shotgunned unexpectedly.
So you probably got Silence rolled on and then...
Yeah.
Bang, bang.
That's a pretty fast E-Blade. I'm not sure when he picked it up.
It's very quick. It's because he also has he has a bottle of 2 Wraith Bands and a wand. So he has like a lot of side items, I would say.
Yeah.
Pretty nice item too. Vambrace is really nice on Morphling.
Yeah.
He's going to get that for himself. I think you might like Aquila a little bit better because you get that regen too and armor, but...
yeah, Morphling has mana problems, right? But at the same time, he's got a coddle hanging out every once in a while. Just give him a little chakra magic.
And Bulba's going to go for BKB next. I think he realizes he needs to frontline.
Just as a quick note, Adaptive Strike does go down to a 3-second cooldown with the help of Coddle Chakra Magic.
Sick stuff.
Yeah. I always like to keep an eye on that stuff because I feel like we don't see Coddle a whole lot.
Oh, Bulba just missed. They were trying to get the chains combo and then hit a stunt. They're still chasing him, actually. No.
No,
Now
they're
gonna
going
go to
after Roche. Because they see this bottom tier 2 push, and a classic trade-off is to go for
TV
Roshan
meta.
at this point. But this
But
is
they
a
know.
sneaking Roshan, and business associates, they have
they
some
know?
sneaks of their own. I thought they knew.
Oh, I mean, they're holding the high ground as if
Yeah.
they know. And
They're moving this
EG's
area.
acting as if
Okay,
they
the
think
courier
they
just
know.
is walking up the area. They know they're somewhere in this river.
Yeah, okay, so they've sniped 2 couriers now. And that's why EG's backing up. But Business Associates is actually underthinking this.
Yeah. They think they're
situation.
playing in dire jungle
they
right
think they're
now,
like
right?
smoked or something.
Yeah.
And now Crit is going to confirm.
They're
that
going to
there are
pop out
people
for the
here.
20-minute rune, and there's that E-Blade already shooting down Crit, and now Fly. Both in trouble here as he's going to be
Dude, they just
falling to
gave them
move.
Roshan,
Managed
too.
to get into the back line.
the
If they
pit,
check
check
out a
the pit.
Roshan pit, there
It's
it
half
is,
HP.
3,700
Oh,
HP.
no.
Wait a minute, guys. They weren't in dire jungle at all. They were doing Roshan, and we'll take it for ourselves.
The funniest part is if EG had hard committed for it, they would have gotten it. But it's when you think like one step ahead of. I think that'll piss off Arteezy, as we're gonna look at the odds and now
Hey, they shifted
all in
just
on
a
it.
little bit.
Yeah, this is quite good for Business Associates, unless you're like the biggest Arteezy fan. You're like, my boy will carry 1v5 for the boys, haha. And if you think that, then like sure, but it is a pretty hard game for him to win.
Yeah, Nine's got an Aegis, man. He almost has Manta. His agility is racking up.
Yeah, and I think that'll make Arteezy mad because he'll say like, oh well, the good play for them was to check that we were roaching, and that's why we didn't finish it. But sometimes, you know, it is what it is, friend.
Sometimes they don't make the ideal play. Sometimes
Yeah, sometimes they just hold the high ground, and if it works.
they're going to hold the high ground on EG, but it's Business Associates who are going to march forward with confidence, knowing they can take any fight off the back of an extra life on 9. And that's why EG and the rest shrink away into their own jungle now.
I think without Arteezy in the fights, by the way, they have a serious damage problem.
Yeah.
On the side of EG, is what I was trying to point out with DK, Mirana, SD. Those 3 heroes don't really deal that much damage. No one on the side of Business Associates is that afraid. Even when people are getting arrow comboed, no one's dying. That's usually when you can tell. If you're getting 3 seconds stunned and no one's dying, you probably have damage issues. And you can see that reflected in everybody's build. The amount of physical damage that EG puts out without Arteezy there is pitiful, and everyone's getting a BKB on the side of EG to deal with like the E-Blade and all that, and that's not going to help your damage issues either.
Right.
So now you're screwed in like 2 different ways.
Do you feel like Roya should not be going BKB? Do you feel like he needs to help Arteezy carry it in the damage department?
I kind of feel like this probably is where this is like the biggest like lineup issue, I would say, because they both kind of need BKB. The Coddle ulti is very annoying. The Earth Spirit is wrecking them in fights.
I'm sorry, real quick. I just want to point out Artura's quick buy.
Oh yeah,
It's E-Play Dagon.
E-Blade Dagon. I mean,
Are we going to do some Sunder memes?
this is like the I have no idea what to build to make this game okay. And honestly, I don't know what to tell you, buddy. I don't think there is.
Double damage, Weaver plus moves. He has another roll coming up. Is he going to nail him? Arteezy doesn't quite make it far enough.
If he had hit him with the stun and then silence, I think they would have killed with the E-Blade.
Yeah.
Would have been an easy kill. He's got the waveform range too, so he would have gap closed real.
That was one of those situations where if Arteezy stuck around for that one extra creep, he probably dies. But he lets his illusions do it, and that is one advantage they have, is the illusion split pushing. They can get Arteezy relatively low risk farm.
Yeah, maybe if
only
this
him.
TB gets like an E-Blade or a Dagon 5, and then he can.
Oh, they popped out. They actually baited out the Weaver. The Dragon Tail stunned with the arrow to follow it
hits a
up, but it
creep.
actually hits a creep instead. And now Bulba's dead, and they've caught 2 inside the Will-O-Wisp. It's going to be Fly. He's pulled back in. Arteezy was able to escape. With the Moonlight Shadow, he is drifting away into the Radiant Triangle, while Crit, being chased by 9,
Oh, he
turns into
misses
an
the
Ember
chains
Spear,
combo.
but misses the chains. If he had gotten that. Oh, and Fear. He lost his courier as an illusion sniped it.
I have no idea where that was going, but nice job by Rio to cut the wave. But yeah, again, I don't even know if that's damage issues. He hit a creep, so I wasn't able to see really.
Uh-oh. That's a hasted up Ember Spirit. Oh, okay. He's got a Remnant. in the Radiant jungle. So he's able to get away from the Earth Spirit, no problem.
So even with RTZ at this point, they're not really dealing damage with the meta. No one on the side of Business Associates is afraid. They have so much physical damage mitigation on their side. There's no real need for them to get BKBs, I think is usually when the game is kind of problematic. If anything, Lincoln's is probably better for them. There's only single target, really.
Dude, Nine's still holding on to the Ironwood tree.
Hell yeah.
Someone upgrade this man's weapon.
Who took the Van Brace? The Weaver?
No, Nature's Prophet is still holding on to it in strength form.
I see.
So, because he's doing the team fight build,
Yeah,
where he
yeah.
builds Vlad's medallion. He just wants to be tanky. And they're just going to take this tier 3 EG, no contest. Oh no.
He is going for E-Blade.
Flashbacks to Arteezy, farming away in the enemy jungle while his base is being taken, and he's building the E-Blade Dagon.
I think he really realizes that the damage issue is an issue.
It's a...
To be fair,
is it this kind of issue?
I don't even know if it's that bad against Morph.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
you
it's
will
good
kill
versus
him.
Morphling.
Yeah, you will kill him. Don't get me wrong. But
I mean, maybe you'll kill him once.
I swear to God, if somebody gets a Lotus Orb or a Lincoln's on the side of Business Associates, no one is dying ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just throw that out there.
They found Arteezy, and Moo, he's clicking on his inventory right now, and he's going, guys, he's got an Ethereal Blade on this Terror Blade. He's also has the Mindbreaker, so Moo has to be careful of that. Careful of the silence that could surprise him.
The real Mindbreaker is when he clicked his inventory and he ran away.
He did the little mind-blown emoji.
Yeah, he's like, okay, I guess we're not messing with that.
I mean, you could probably reason it around and be like, oh, nice silence. Quickly cleansed it off with the Guardian Greaves, and he was able to get one leap away. He still has one more charge left,
How'd you
maybe
get
over
away?
the cliff, but the Spirit Vessel, Fly, you going to be able to disrupt him? No, Grit's
alive.
actually fine. Meanwhile, back over, Arteezy's
E-Blade.
going to be able to turn things around, and he kills Moose. Now,
It's
a Will-O-Wisp
working.
is out, but Fear is already dead. Moo pushes forward, going for Roya. He does have that DD. A BKB activated by Roya as he tries to walk it
The reflection
all
from
off.
behind.
They managed to get the reflection from behind from Arteezy, chase down
The
some of
arrow.
these heroes. They have the disruption into the arrow. They got
It's
him. Nine,
working.
dead with a dominating streak. And Evil Geniuses,
Oh, no.
they rally back. They've taken down 3 members of Business Associates on the dire side of the map too. So they're going to press forward and even get a tier 2 potentially out of this.
Oh, Business Associates, don't do this to me.
Oh, look at Bulba. He had a trap plan, but
He was so far behind. There's no way.
Brex was far away.
Oh my God, what happened to their goal lead? What's going on? Please. I need...
Dagon 1 is up.
Oh, God damn it.
That's the thing. It's like, if you're Business Associates, you'd be like, well, E-Blade is high agility, right? Isn't it technically more agility than Butterfly?
Yes.
So you're like, well, man, maybe it's just for that. The real Mindbreaker is when he shows that Dagon, which he's about to. They do have a
he's gonna
disruption
kill
arrow
them. Oh,
into the Weaver. You guys got to watch out for this combination, man.
It's so much damage
It's an
now.
anti-carry combo.
What am I watching?
Whoops, says Moo, and that's a whoopsie that will cost Fear his life as well. They do
Everyone's
manage
just
to trade out
dying.
crit, though. 9 kills him with the shotgun blast. Ethereal Blade Adaptive Strike.
Oh, is the Dagon's coming? All right, he's eating mangoes, and he's got clarities now, too. So this is what Dota has come to for
You know,
one young Arteezy.
all those games of grinding out Terror Blade and Arteezy in the madness of spamming the same hero over and over again, like some weird perversion, he figured out a magic damage dealing TB.
Oh my God, what am I watching? This is amazing. For all
Dagon
the weird reasons.
3
Dagon 3, E-Blade,
is-
Manta, Terrorblade. All right, please, somebody on Business Associates, there has to be a counter to this build, and you know what it is. Just buy like Lincolns or BKBs, and nobody will die. And everyone start getting everyone needs to start buying like.
Okay, they're
Glimmer
both
capes.
going Satanic. Weaver and Morphling. So that's
That's
the way the
HP at
cores
least.
can deal with it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Now we just need Brax, who
I
currently
still-
queued up
Please
Mjolnir.
just buy like one. A Satanic's nice and all, but they still have Spirit Vessel. I would really like it if they want BKBs and just secured this game.
You know what's funny is Bola has the Grove Bow, too.
Oh, okay, that's pretty
So-
cool. Yeah.
That's another 12% amp.
This is, you know, when Quinn was like saying is like he wasted his perversion speech on like the Lukey Lukey Pango. This is really what he needed to say this about.
Arteezy's dark obsession.
This is something.
This is not okay if EG wins this.
I would be so sad for Business Associates. They played such a good, clean game, and then all of a sudden some like E-Blade TV just started killing them all, and they didn't expect it at top. And
I mean, for whatever reason, it just seemed to shatter them because all of a sudden they're getting picked off left and right by Disruption Arrow. Like, guys, you can just group up.
Die. Just group up. Look at
just
this.
Just group up, lol.
What can EG do about this?
Just hit buildings.
EG has no counter. The only way EG can win is when Business Associates decides to go 1 by 1 and just gets picked off. When they go together as 5, there's no...
And they have every incentive to group up too because they don't have to worry about side lanes. They've got a nature's prophet.
You are 100% correct. And again, I can't stress this enough. Arteezy has no... Like, he can only get these pickoffs. Oh my god.
Oh, he tried and almost got Moo, but now he's going to be hit by the arrow. The Will-O-Wisp going out. He's already down to half HP. He does. Oh, the silence going out. He's not going to be able to get off the Sunder. He is dead, surrounded by all of Business Associates.
I can't believe he decided to go for that on the Weaver of all heroes.
Oh, the Dragon Tail, but they have no damage, right? Without the Terror Blade, Bulba. You can't do anything here, my friend. You don't have a buyback on Arteezy. Just to let you know, Fly, he's going to be found by 9, who jumps forward. He turns into the Ember Spirit now. They do manage to get the arrow onto him off the Dragon Tail. They will be able to burst him down. Maybe they do have some damage left in the tank. Roya is going to have to battle it out with this BKB. They do manage to take down the Earth Spirit as well, but that's all they can really do at this point. Roya is low enough. He has to retreat, jump forward, crit, making sure to help out the Ember Spirit, but he can't help out Bulba, who's going to stand there inside the trees, doing as much damage as he can before he eventually dies. 3 alive on the side of Business Associates, and Brax thought about it. Thought about teleporting forward inside the enemy base, but it's not worth it, my friends. Just
stay together.
The buildings.
Yeah, just stay together and hit the buildings. That's all they have to do on the side of Business Associates. When they're actually together as 5, their build is just better. It's superior. They can team fight. If they get on top of Arteezy, he has no real defensive posturing. His build can only go one direction, and that's forward. And so Business Associates is going to do the best possible thing for upping their win probability. They're going to go for the Roshan. As you see here, he tries to go for the combo on Moo, who just, he just time-lapses it off.
Yeah. Moo as the Reaver now. So he is going to go up to 2.4k HP.
Very nice.
That's too much for an E-Blade Dagon combo, I believe.
And EG just
going to head back inside the game where we're going to see Brax has been found.
Oh, boy.
Believe that was a little bit of smoking from Evil Geniuses, but the rest of Business Associates was not too far away, and they will manage to get some counter kills. First is going to be Fly. Who else is going to get caught here? They want Moonlight Shadow to try and cover their retreat. Arteezy certainly is the big target, but Arteezy is thinking about going back in. He's spotted by the Sentry for a moment. Bulba, he shows up. Dragon Tails 1 pops his BKB now, but he's given enough of a sound of alarm to Arteezy to get the hell out of here. They flee. Now we still have Crit and Roya, who did manage to kill Fear into the back line, but both him as well as Brax have bought back, and Roya and Crit need to get the hell out of Dodge.
The double buyback, and Moose is chasing.
Another DD?
Oof, this is
where are all these double damages coming from?
Roche, it's really hard for EG to do anything about, but this was a double buyback from Business Associates, so they do kind of have to be careful and get this Aegis. If you're EG, you sort of have to just give up on this fight and hope for the high ground.
Okay, tanked by Brax. If it hit Moo, it might have slowed down the damage enough, but I don't think anyone can get here now.
And 9's going to pick it up. I think he thinks he's the most susceptible. Obviously, with the shotgun, he's going to be playing at a much lower HP range. So, making the correct decision. And instead of finishing the Satanic, by the way, on 9, he went for the BKB. If he had gone for the Satanic there, you know when Bulba blinked in and tried to find him? If he gets a stun off, 9 is dead. Arteezy's going to use the combo to blow him up. That would have been disastrous. Bottom lane.
Oh, yeah.
Instant jump. Nice. Good timing.
Good read, but his Remnant was in an awkward position. He is going to be, silence into the sun, into the arrow. Oh, no, Moo thought maybe he could get the kill. But a Will-O-Wisp and a Force Staff from Fear. It manages to bail Moo out. He's still low. They roll in from Moose. They do have the disruption to be able to buy some time for Arteezy. A double chains up. Moo still going to be got up by Bulba, but without any damage. This Dragonite doesn't look like a whole lot. Roya needs to be careful, but he's been chained up by 9 as an Ember Spirit. He dies. An arrow lands on a Moo, but he's full health now, and Arteezy with the Metamorphosis alone is going to try and turn onto 9. 9 still has that Aegis, and he still has a Manta as well. Bulba somehow kills Fear. That's going to be a dieback for both him and Brax. And
The arrow
maybe
hits.
Crit is going to be dying. The arrow goes down.
Asunder.
Asunder. Moo, he quickly uses his ultimate. Afraid of that E-Blade plus the Dagon. They've already taken the Aegis away from 9. 9 got away for him, away into the trees, but he needs to go right. Moo, as well as Moose, can still help him out, but he's been disrupted. He's been soul captured. He's been jaded. He's been dagoned.
Oh my god, and they don't have buyback on these 2 heroes that died.
Evil Geniuses, they're going to try and force that buyback out of 9, and who knows how much it's still going to be able to hold, because as you said, a dieback on the 2.
How did they actually win that fight? That was the sickest Kato ulti and the 4-staff play on Moo. If Moo had died there, he had no buyback.
Yeah, and I think Moo ate cheese, so he went to full health as well.
That was so sick by Fear, but with these 2 heroes dead.
Look at that. Moo, he cuts the creep wave. Fortunately, there's a big push coming in at top lane for Evil Geniuses, so they still have a chance to either get a lane of barracks or maybe force a buyback. That damn repair kit, though, that's going to slow them down
They're
sure.
going to cut this through. Nope, the glyph is going to now come out, and with 10 seconds left on
look
Fear,
at bottom lane, yeah.
They've got to be careful about this.
They're going to try and defend this without using that buyback by forcing pressure on the bottom lane. Moo is threatening to be able to take that melee.
There's the repair kit again.
Barracks.
And they might actually get... I think they're going to get racks on the side of EG. They really don't want to use the buyback on Morphling. No, actually the repair kit is going to be way too effective.
Okay, TPs are coming out. If they didn't, Weaver would have taken the bottom lane.
100%. And now the game is sort of winnable for EG. They've demonstrated that they can win team fights. None of them are saving buyback. It really feels like they're just kind of going for it here.
All right, my man's going for a Bloodstone now. Not my man. This is your man.
This is no longer...
Get your man's in control.
I no longer speak to Arteezy. As we saw this combo here, you saw that Arteezy was so close, and then the 4-staff at the edge
the
of
Will-O-Wisp
the circle.
catches him, and the 4-staff pushes that Weaver far enough away.
That was so well done by Fear.
Yeah. And then Roya getting caught there in the end. But we're going back into live where the smoke gang from Evil Geniuses has run into Business Associates. They're going to start off with Moose, trying to chain stun him as much as possible. Moose is not going to be able to survive through this combination. And Arteezy does manage to kill 9. He immediately buys back, though. They've already used that Dagon combination. It's not up for another 13 seconds. So Arteezy, he needs to be able to reset. But Moo, he's hot on the hunt. He needs Brax to be able to help him out, though. They need some sort of disables to be able to catch these heroes. And they're just not getting them. Evil Geniuses, they're just walking it out. They're walking away from Business Associates. They're saying, no, we will not continue this fight.
Crit, can Crit make it back to the base?
Crit's not going to be able to make it. He's the one who will die. He ran out of charges eventually.
And Arteezy goes to the combo, gets kind of close, but Moo still has a time lapse, and he has a lot of HP on that Satanic. You saw that the SD Disrupt lasted for like a second. He has a lot of status resistance on him.
Oh, yeah. S&Y plus Satanic. How long does the Soul Catcher last? I bet not long.
But now, EG has this wide open way to win this game. They force the buyback on pretty much everybody now. The only person that would have had it if he had the gold would be this Weaver. So now EG is in a position where if they win one team fight, the game is over. And this would be the end of Business Associates. I thought for a second they were putting themselves in a do-or-die position, and all of a sudden I'm just watching some E-Blade Dagon build work out.
I'm getting some flashbacks to another comeback that we had. The EGE home match with all those Dagons. Yeah. This is like the scuffed version of that.
This is the scuffed version.
This is the scuffed Dagon comeback.
Oh, boy.
3K net worth lead for Business Associates. They're up 24-19 right now. They're also up a ranged barracks, but that is all. They do have control of the map, and Roshan should be spawning. In 2.5 minutes, we will get to the maybe point for Roshan. So if they want, they can chill out, just control the map. After all, they used buybacks earlier, so maybe it's better to get those back. I mean, surely, if the game goes back to a normal place, you feel better about Business Associates, right?
100%. Their build...
just give us time to farm some buybacks
just
get some more items. Let Arteezy continue this meme-ass build he's got going on. Dude, he's going the build. This is the Dota 1 build. He's going Shadowblade. He's going to get low, sunder somebody, and E-Blade Dagon them.
This man's is having a good time. He's just walking around trying to combo people, and the courier might get sniped here. Nope. It's actually Business Associates. They're actually on the opposite side of the map.
Hey, they might have found the one hero that should go Kaya Yasha.
True.
It's a magic damage build for a Terrorblade.
And it looks like Business Associates realizes that something is going on. They're
Yeah.
drawing the line out.
They're not at home right now.
You
They're
have to
knocking
get
on
back.
that front door. Nobody's answering. The tier 3 is going to fall, and Moo, he leaves at first sign of life.
Just getting a freebie there. Ryoya does pick up a tower. Or no, that's Moo. I thought Ryoya did too. Weird.
And right now, Arteezy's just
Oh,
cutting
Ryoya did get a tower. Which one?
creep waves.
He got bottom, I guess?
Yeah, must have.
Is Arteezy trying to set up a play?
He's just
he's cutting out waves right now.
just cutting out waves. That's all he's doing.
Now he has a Shadow Blade. Okay.
All right. My question is, how does he get low enough?
I don't actually think he's going to try to get
You don't
the
think
get
he's going
low.
to do that combo?
I think he's really just relying. So the thing is, when you play this weird brand of Dota, I guess, as the game gets later, I actually think Shadow Blade has this like weird curve out point where it becomes better as the game goes on.
Yeah.
Because as you kill supports, if your supports live longer than their supports simply just can't carry around detection for you, and you don't have the item slots to support it. Like if you click through all the core heroes on the side of Business Associates, who's going to hold Dust or a Gem or anything like that?
Yeah.
I guess the Morphling has like a wand to replace, but Weaver definitely can't. Nature's Prophet probably can't.
He could maybe like swap
actually, they
it
can.
in.
They can. They have wands. Bless wands. One more item after that, though, and
That's
you're
true.
donezo.
Silver Edge complete for Terrorblade. So, does the break mechanic do anything for him in this game? Not really.
Maybe it's okay against Morph, right? Might be alright against Morph. He doesn't actually know about that sentry. Arteezy.
Like the, I feel like the strict damage reduction might actually be bigger.
Isn't it also like lowers like HP regen by half or something?
Yeah, disables heal and regeneration by 50%.
It's pretty good.
So yeah, that's
you're
pretty
like
good.
Moo with the Prince's knife.
Oh,
but
the Will-O-Wisp. They're going to try and catch Roya here, but he sleight-of-fisted, and it lasted long enough. He was able to go to the off point
And they
of
glyph.
the light bulb.
They got to get out now on the side of Business
They've already
Associates.
used some big abilities. Bulbas, he's going to be able to get to the back line. He immediately stuns up Fear, saved by the E-Blade from 9, who's now turns into an Ember Spirit and chains up Fly. Fly almost immediately dies, but he's going to be bailed out by an arrow coming from Crit. Roya pushes forward with his BKB going straight for Moose, who does have the gem on the ground. If he can actually get it and pick it up, that would be a huge swing, especially
Arteezy,
now
he gets
as
the combo
Brax,
off.
he's also going to be dying here. The combo goes off on him, and Brax will eventually take out 9. He may not be able to get out of here. Wait for him
they
out.
get the
Do they have
chains,
anything?
do
They
they
have a
know?
stun anywhere?
No.
No
But
chains
buybacks,
up.
what are we at right now? The Nature's Prophet can buyback for this. Supports the Keeper of the Light does have it, and they're probably going to have to utilize it here because 4 heroes are up on the side of EG.
I mean, the wild part is they didn't pop meta for that.
No,
So,
I don't even know if that...
I mean, he's now going to be able to get close to the base. Dragon Form's going to fail, but he
Does
can be meta now.
Does him having meta really make...
It matters for hitting the tower. Maybe not for the team fight, because the team fight all comes from his magic damage build.
And now there's a Rapier picked up by Moo. I think he... it's crazy, but he thinks he's in a do-or-die position.
Yeah, and he just might be. He tries to get there. Was a brief disable out on Arteezy, but it quickly gets removed. He turns around, shotguns up Brax. Brax hiding in the Sprout. Will TP away.
Do they have
And
it?
no, he's not going to make it. He
That's
gets
the
shaped up.
buyback.
That is a dieback for Brax. 40 seconds still on the clock for Moose. It's going to be a 3 versus 5 soon.
And he's
as
just
Crit
hitting
is coming
throw.
up. He's just going
They're going
straight
for
for
the
the
throw
throw.
towers.
Moo. He needs to do something with this Divine Rapier. Arteezy's relatively low, but he's got to watch out for the Thunder. No, shotgun, no, the disruption! It saves him!
Do they
Can
have
he
the
get it
damage?
up?
They have
No,
him.
the
He's
Shikuchi
dead.
finished him off. He's dead. Divine on the deck. Moo. Oh, I think it was actually, yeah, it was picked up by Moo. He's able to chase down some heroes now. Just don't overextend yourself, my friend. Don't get caught. EG, they're desperate to get that back. They want to make sure they can
Wasn't
get
that Moose
that
there the
Divine
entire
Rapier
time?
away from Moo.
Wasn't that Moose the
Yeah,
entire time?
it was Moose the entire time. Just ignore
Oh.
what I said earlier.
You got a
There's
stun?
Invis. Oh, okay, timeless.
Okay.
He's good. He's good.
They need the arrow for him to actually die. He's actually so fast with the status resistance, not easy for him to die. But EG did buyback on this for Arteezy. They think because it's a 4-on-5, they can still win this game.
Dude, if he gets to level 25 with the Sunder cooldown with this combo, They got to find
And
a
the
way to
stun
be able to
on the
burst him
Morphling.
down.
The arrow's coming in.
The arrow,
Moo's
it's
gonna
actually
tank it
taped up
for
by
him.
Moo instead, but is that good? Moo hit by the Soul Catcher, but he's going to be fine. He's going to be able to survive
Arteezy,
long
he's
enough. He
dead.
activates
No,
the
he gets
active-
the Sunder.
Oh, he gets off the Sunder just in time, but the Will-O-Wisp is going to go down, continuing to disable him with the help of Moose as well. Moose, he's going to be potentially falling here. He tries to go for
Arteezy
one last
solo.
blow into Arteezy. Arteezy looking for the Sunder target. The Will-O-Wisp
He's
gets him controlled. He falls again. A dieback for him. Dead for 2 minutes, and Roya will have to battle it out. I just don't see that being possible. He jumps and jumps and jumps away. Moo tries to catch up. He will manage to get on top of him.
He
hits
gets
him
him.
and finishes them off. That
Oh.
is all 5 dead on the side of Evil Geniuses. Only 3 buybacks. But what do without their mega shotgun from the Terrorblade,
And he's
especially?
the majority of their damage.
Crit's now dead as well. Hit by that Prince's knife.
That Prince's knife is so sick.
It's doing so much work.
Moo is, and he is trying his ass off in this game right now. He's got the gem. It's a pretty big pickup for him. It's going to be a 4-on-5. Arteezy is dead for such a long period of time that Business Associates, I mean, they're going to play for the win here.
What do they have? Where does the damage come from? Crit, he's trying to...
I'd almost like them to go for Roshan, but I think they're just going to go for it here. They
yeah,
think
I mean,
without
60 seconds, sure.
without Arteezy, they don't think that Moo can die, and they probably are correct here. Here's the combo, but it ends so fast.
It's too fast. They can't get the arrow there in time. Roya's going to be targeted here. Managed to get off his BKB. And Moo, he's down to about half health right now, but he's able to fight it out with Roya. Force him away. And he still has that time lapse. But oh, it was a little close. He actually died. He dropped it, and he popped the time lapse too. How did he still die? He's not able to get back into the fight to pick up that rapier, so it's going to have to be picked up by Brax, who doesn't even get the damage for it. So they're not going to be able to take these buildings very quickly. 9, he has the Spirit Vessel on him. He's going to pop the Manta. He's going to be fulling heal up on the creeps, and he'll turn back as he's not low enough for Roya to be able to get that kill. Roya will be able to get back to the fountain, yes, and a repair kit will slow down the push on the tier 4s, but they have to work and work and work at 9 before he finally goes down, and there's just not enough damage between these two. The throne will eventually die here. The Will-O-Wisp still secure it, and Business Associates